You are the frequency. Yeah. You are the
What up, foodie lovers? I'm Anthony, the founder and creator of Atlanta Eats. I don't just showcase great restaurants, stays, and experiences. I move the needle. I'm the bridge between discovery and demand. If you're looking for the best eats, stays, and experiences in Atlanta, nationwide, and international, I'm your trusted authority. I put your next favorite spot on the radar before anyone else does. And if you're a business owner listening, here's what you need to know. When we partner, businesses don't just get content, they get results. More growth, higher sales, customer walk-ins, popularity. I've worked with restaurants that had to get extra products because they couldn't keep up with the demand. Hotels that booked out weeks in advance, experiences that went from hidden gems to must-visit destinations. The demand doesn't stop when the campaign ends. It keeps going. I work with integrity and strategic marketing expertise. I don't just create appealing videos, I create campaigns that make people show up, book, and engage. Businesses get busy, businesses go viral. So, if you're looking for your next great meal, stay, or experience, follow Atlanta Eats on Instagram and TikTok. That's ANTLANTAEATS. And if you're a business owner ready to move the needle, DM me or email freedomprojectllc@outlook.com. Let's make it happen.
The NABJ gave Stephen A. Smith a thumbs down award. Y'all been waiting for this. I know y'all waiting for this, Conscious Take. Here's what the award is for, okay? The thumbs down award is for holding institutions and public figures accountable when their actions are harmful, not just to Black journalists, but to Black communities as well. The NABJ, to me, was not disrespectful in what they said about Stephen A. NABJ said in a very public way, this is your behavior and we don't condone it. That's my interpretation of what they're saying. We're keeping you accountable. Especially because Stephen A. even mentioned that's where he started. According to the NABJ, the award is based on facts and it opened the floor for conversation. But here's what Stephen A. said in response. The NABJ wants to call folks out. Fine. You had your turn, now mine is coming. And make no mistake, I'm coming. Let's see who really deserves a thumbs down award when it comes to the Black community. After I say my piece, remember, NABJ, you asked for it. I've shut my mouth for years. Now y'all started something. You had your turn, now mine is coming. I'm coming. This is defensive, and this escalates the situation. The NABJ did not attack you, Stephen A. Smith. They held up a mirror. Whoa! And instead of looking in it, you got defensive about it and declared war. Then Stephen A. went on News Nation and he also spoke on his platform. And he had mentioned that he was far from perfect and will strive to do better. That was accountability, Stephen A. That was the optimal move. But then he pivoted and he said that people want him to go nuclear and he may just go nuclear about this. He called what the NABJ did, this thumbs down award that they gave him, BS. And it was out of hurt, you all. Because again, the NABJ is where he started. And this is the thing, because he said it on his show. It's where he started. Where you started is going to keep you accountable. It is their job. They can say what they want to say when it comes to keeping you accountable. And he's also claimed that there's some jealousy there. So try to pawn it on that. And that the NABJ is supposed to be based on fact, he said, when the Thumbs Down Award is actually facts based. It's accountability. And he even acknowledged the Black women individuals that he spoke out about. So he has had a career that has spanned over 33 years. And when you have a career that spans that long, to me, you have learned so much about what to say, what not to say, the do's, the don'ts, crossing the line, speaking out of pocket, speaking out of the box. It's one thing to give your opinion, but when a whole organization has given you a thumbs down award, that's a time to reflect as to the why. When they give you the reason why, reflect. This is a time to reflect because you have literally the LA Times wrote an article about it. You went on X about it. You went on News Nation about it. You went on your own platform about it, and you're giving different messages. Sit with it, reflect on it, and everywhere that you go to speak about this, the message should be cohesive. You had a little bit more of a calmer approach on your show. But then when you were on News Nation and you went on X and wrote about it, the energy was different. Then you want to say that the NABJ was good enough to sell it when ESPN um, brought him on board. The first take when he brought that there, right, to the NABJ. But the second he's not there, they throw out a critique about him. That's paraphrased. That's paraphrased. He claims that it has to do with him not agreeing with liberals and where they stand on certain issues. I just want to speak to this even deeper, you all. We know Stephen A. Smith to be reactive, speak more emotional. Instead of defensive language, jealousy claims, which is projection, deflection, personalization, credibility, weaponization. This is a time for you to reflect because not only is the NABJ speaking on this, people have been for a while now, Stephen A. It just got really, really loud. And I'm sure that hurt because that's where you started. And I'm not discrediting your feelings and how you feel about it. But stop doing so much talking and sit with it. Sit with it. You're missing the point entirely. When you are in ego, when anyone is in ego and speaking out of ego, and you definitely hear that in how he's been speaking about this and some of the points that he's been making. When you're in ego, you don't see clearly. When you're in ego, accountability can feel like an attack. Ego blocks clarity. And it doesn't seem like to me that the NABJ is coming for you, Stephen A. Smith. Again, they're just holding up a mirror that many have been holding up to you for a while now. It's just their mirror is extra loud because it's where you started. That's what happens when things aren't addressed, when we do not reflect on things, you all. A loud mirror gets held up. Just like with Will Smith. When he slapped Chris Rock, it's the same thing. There was something there for him to address, and it got loud. See, you don't get to pick and choose when and where it happens. It just will. It's like a volcano. It's going to erupt. This is about emotional intelligence. This is about what happens when your own people hold you accountable where you started, and when you're not able to tell the difference between critique and betrayal. The NABJ's response showed character, professionalism, and it said this is the behavior that we don't condone. Stephen A's response showed more ego, defensive, combative, personalized, and completely missed the point. This show is about supporting you in navigating life's highs, hits, and everything in between. That's why we're talking about it. And to do that, you gotta come out of your ego. Because when you're in ego, again, you don't see things clearly. You're not able to develop a conscious perspective about anything around behavior. You're not even able to see your own behavior. You can't even smell yourself and how stanky it is. But we can reflect. We can choose to reflect. We can choose to grow. We can't hear what our community is trying to tell us when we are operating out of ego. And here's what really gets me. We're in a time when it's necessary for us as a culture to come together. When a mirror is held up to us for us to see ourselves. Because we got to not only stick together, but flow together. Given all the injustices that are taking place, this is not the time for division and fighting. This is not the time for ego-driven warfare. The NABJ didn't call you out, Stephen A. Smith. They called you in. They called you in. My question to you all is this. When your own people, where you started, those that matter to you, hold up a mirror and you don't like what you see, do you break the mirror? Do you get defensive in their face, or do you step out of ego long enough to reflect and ask yourself, what am I missing here? What is it that I'm not seeing? That's my conscious take on it, you all. I'll be back next week.
You are the frequency.